Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station. And we're coming back with some Digital Diamond Baseball 1978 retro replay between the Detroit Tigers and the Toronto Blue Jays. I chose this game because one of my all-time favorite pitchers as a child for Detroit, Mark the Bird Fidrych is going to be doing the pitching, so this will bring back some fond memories of the bird. Alrighty. So it's the Blue Jays visiting the Tigers. Let's quickly go through the Blue Jay lineup. Batting first, playing center field, Rick Bassetti. Batting second, playing left field, Al Woods. Batting third, playing third base, Roy Howell. Batting fourth is designated hitter Rico Cardi. Batting fifth, first baseman John Mayberry. Batting sixth, right fielder Tom Hutton. Batting seventh, second baseman Dave McKay. Batting eighth, shortstop Luis Gomez. And batting ninth and doing the catching, Alan Ashby. For the Detroit Tigers, who I will be managing, leading off, center fielder Ron LaFleur. Batting second, playing third base, Phil Mankiewicz. Batting third, the designated hitter, La Grande à l'Orange, Rusty Staub. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Jason Thompson. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Steve Kemp. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Tim Corcoran. Batting seventh, the catcher, Milt May. Batting eighth, Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting ninth, his partner in crime, the shortstop, Alan Trammell. So Rick Bassetti will lead off the game and will face Mark Fidrych, the Bird. Fidrych is good for 29 batters. Bassetti needs a dice roll of 763 or better to reach safely. Fidrych lines and delivers. And that's a 4-6-9. It's in the out category to Whitaker at second. Let's see if he can make the play. He ranges to his right and throws to Thomas for out number one. One down. Now at the plate, Toronto left fielder Al Woods. Woods will need a 7-7-0 or better to reach base safely. May flashes the sign. Here's the pitch by Mark Fidrych. The dice roll 116 in the out category to center field Ron LaFleur. He's there. He makes the catch. Out number two. Now stepping to the plate, Toronto third baseman Roy Howell. Needs a 7-2-7 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch by Fidrych. The dice roll 9-6-2. That's going to be a double into left field, a two-out double. Howell's at second base. Not much of a stealing threat as he only has a 5% lead possibility. So with two outs, designated hitter Rico Cardi steps to the plate. RBI opportunity here for Rico Cardi. A 7-18 or better, he reached base safely. A 7-7-6 or better is a single, and the higher the number, the better the result, and that most likely will score Howell from second base. Here's the pitch to Cardi. The dice roll 1-3-5 out category. Soft ground ball to the pitcher. Fidrych fields it, throws it to Thompson, in and over. Two out double. Wasted. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Ron LaFleur to lead off for the Tigers. Excuse me once again. LaFleur needs a 6-6-4 or better, and if he gets on base, he is a definite stealing threat. On the mound, for Toronto, Dave Lemansky, I believe. Lemanzik. Dave Lemanzik. He's good for 22 batters. Here's the pitch to LaFleur. Dice roll. 5-8-1. Out category to Woods in left field, and he makes the catch, out number 1. Now up, third baseman for Detroit, Phil Mankiewicz. Mankiewicz needs a 619 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch to Mankiewicz. 2-7-3 out category to Gomez at short. He charges and throws to Mayberry for the out. Nice play by Gomez. So there's 2 outs. Rusty Staub steps to the plate. Left-handed batter, a designated hitter for the Tigers. Staub needs a 5.65 or better to reach base safely. Lemanswick deals the pitch. That's a 2.85 out category to the third baseman Howell. It looks like an easy play, but he muffs it, so that's going to be an error on Howell, as he has a 5% error rating. Staub reaches first base on the error. 2 outs, Jason Thompson. Tiger first baseman steps to the plate. He needs a 5.24 or better to reach safely. His home run number, 942 or better. Here's the pitch to Thompson. The dice roll, 2-9-8, out category to Gomez at short. Ground ball to short. Gomez dives, gets back up, throws to Mayberry, inning over. So he robs Thompson of a hit. We go to the top of the second, no score. Leading off for the Blue Jays, John Mayberry, the first baseman. Against right-handed pitching in 78, he hit 276. Mayberry will need a 7.19 or better to reach base safely. Fidrych delivers the pitch. That's an 8.37. That's going to be a single into right field. A leadoff single for Mayberry. Tom Hutton steps to the plate. Blue Jays right fielder. Hit 254 in 1978. Mayberry might be a threat to steal. Let's see what happens. Fidrych delivers the pitch. That's a 6.46 out category to Thompson. Line drive caught. 1 away. Mayberry gets back to the bag safely. Now up, the second baseman for Toronto, Dave McKay. Needs a 7.70 or better to reach base safely. Fidrych delivers. That's an 8.14. That's going to be a single into right field. Let's see if Mayberry will take the extra base. No, they will hold him at second base. So with 1 out, Toronto has runners at first and second. And now up with an RBI opportunity, shortstop Luis Gomez. Gomez needs an 8.20 or better. That's a single, and the higher the number, the better the result. To most likely knock in Mayberry. 7.69 or better, he will reach base safely. Fidrych has to bear down here. Here's the pitch to Gomez. We await the dice roll. That's an 0.92 out category to Kemp in left field, and he makes the catch. Just because it lands in the out category of the dice roll does not necessarily mean it will be an out, as there is an error possibility and range possibility. So with 2 outs, it's up to Alan Ashby, the Toronto Blue Jay catcher, to knock in Mayberry from second. A base hit most likely would score Mayberry, as he will be off with contact. So Ashby needs a 7.93 or better for a single, a 7.19 or better to reach base safely. The bird delivers to Ashby. That's a 7.71, and that's going to be a base on balls. Good job by Ashby to work the walk. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Top of the order now for Toronto, Rick Bassetti. He's 0 for 1 today. Here's the pitch from Fidrych. No place to put Bassetti. 7-6-3 or better to reach safely. That's a 5-2-2 out category to Trammell at short. Trammell picks it up and throws it to Thompson. Inning over, so Fidrych pitches out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. Leading off for the for the Detroit Tigers, Steve Kemp. Kemp at 277.78. Average against right-handed pitching, 308. He's a home run threat. He needs a 951 or better for a home run. To reach safely, a 517 or better. Kemp is a switch hitter. He's a left-handed batter. Facing the right-handed Dave Lemancic. Here's the pitch by Lemancic. That's a 100 out category to McKay at second. And he throws to Mayberry, one away. Now up Tim Corcoran, number 6 batter, right fielder, left-handed batter. Needs a 640 or better to reach base safely. Lemancic delivers the pitch. That is an 8-3-1. That's a single into center field. Corcoran, 240 for a lead. So we're going to try to see if we can get a good lead and a possible steal, because under 630 would be a stolen base if we can get a good lead. We're going to roll for the lead, 0-4-3. For the steal, 3-1-1. Corcoran steals second base. He's in scoring position with 1 out. Milt May, Tiger catcher, steps to the plate. A 7-4-2 or better will score Corcoran most likely from second, as that would be a single. But for Milt May to reach base safely, he needs a 651. Here's the pitch to May. That's a 407 out category. Let's see what's going on here. Shallow pop-up to first base. That one is way up there. Who wants it? Mayberry calls for it. He makes the catch. 2 outs. Corcoran stays at second. So now Sweet Lou Whitaker steps to the plate. Another left-handed batter. Second baseman for the Tigers. He had 285 in 1978. 303 off right-handed pitching. RBI opportunity here. Corcoran's on second. He wants to get a 676 or better. His numbers are really good to get on base here. 559 or better gets him on base. 676 or better will knock in a run. Lemancic delivers the pitch to Whitaker. That's a 3-5-4 out category to Woods in left field. And he makes the catch. Whitaker's out, inning over. We go to the top of the third, still no score. Due up for the Blue Jays, Woods, Howell, and Carty. To face Mark the Bird Fidrych. Al Woods 0 for 1 today. 770 or better to reach base safely. Fidrych delivers the pitch. 9-7-7. That's going to be a double into right field. Corcoran dives. He couldn't make the play. Woods winds up on second. Corcoran probably would have been better off trying to play that ball on a hop and keep Woods to a single. But he didn't. He took a dive at it, and Woods is at second base. Leadoff double. He's in scoring position for Roy Howell. Howell 1 for 1. Here's the pitch to Howell. He needs a 727 or better to reach base safely. And he gets an 071. What's going on? Oh, they're trying to steal Woods. And he steals third, so Woods got his lead. And then the 191, he stole third base as he needed under a 590. So a fly ball will score Woods here. Even most likely a ground ball to the right side. Here's the pitch to Howell. Woods at third. That's an 8-2-5. That's a single. 1-0. Toronto. RBI single for Roy Howell. Singles into right field. He's at first base. he might try to steal second. 24, he'll need a 240 to get a good lead and under a 610 for the steal. Rico Cardi's at the plate, 0 for 1. Blue Jay designated hitter. No outs. Here's the pitch to Cardi from the bird, Fidrych. Three, 3 out category to Trammell. Let's see if they can turn 2. Hard line drive. Trammell picks it out of the air for an out, and Howell gets back to first base. So they're unable to turn 2. 1 out. Howell still on first, and John Mayberry steps to the plate. He's 1 for 1. He needs a 709 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch from Mark Fidrych. And that's going to be a walk. So Mayberry works a walk. Runners at first and second now. Fidrych has been struggling a little bit here. 1 away. Tom Hunton steps to the plate, 0 for 1. May flashes the sign. Fidrych nods his head. Sets and delivers to Hunton. Five, 3, 9 out category to Thomas. Hard ground ball to first base. Thomas fields it and steps on the bag for out number 2. Howell advances to third. Mayberry goes to second on the fielder's choice. Blue Jays lead 1-0 here. They're looking to tack on some more runs. It'll be up to Dave McKay. 2 outs. He's got a chance to get 2 ribbies here. McKay needs a 780 or better to reach base safely. Fidrych really needs to get this batter here. The windup and the pitch by the bird. That's a 9-5-9. That's going to be a double into right field. 2 runs are going to score. It's going to be 3-0 Blue Jays. Fidrych being roughed up here in the 3rd inning. So with 2 outs, Luis Gomez, Blue Jays shortstop, steps to the plate. 0 for 1 today. RBI opportunity here. McKay's on second. Here's the pitch to Gomez. He needs a 7.69 or better to reach base safely. The dice roll. That's a 1-9-2 out category to Mankiewicz, the 3rd baseman. And it's going to be an error. It's an error as that ball goes off his glove down the 3rd base line. McKay scores from second. And it's 4-0. Gomez winds up at second base due to the error by Mankiewicz. Alan Ashby steps to the plate. He walked his first time up. Here's the pitch to Ashby. Needs a 7.19 or better. And that ball is much better. That's a 9.92. That's gone to right field. And it's 6-0. Ashby crushed that pitch. It is now 6-0. And Mark Fidrych has been racked. And he looks like he wants out of this game. Pitching coach goes out there. And that's it. Fidrych does not last 3 innings. He cannot get through 3. He's going to leave the game down 6-0. Let's look at Fidrych's final box score. Disappointing effort here by Mark the Bird Fidrych. I'm disappointed. Though, I mean, he was pretty much done after his injury in 1977, after his phenomenal 1976 season where he won 19 games. The Massachusetts native. So let's quickly go to the box score, and we're going to give you Mark Fidrych. He went 2 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned, walked 2, struck out none, and gave up a home run. I have to go to the bullpen here. We need a long reliever. And who shall we bring in long relief? We really don't have a long reliever. ERA-wise. bench coach. Let's quickly look at the lineups. Righty, lefty, lefty, righty, lefty. They got a good mix of them. Okay. Well, we're going to go with... I guess we're going to go with Jim Slayton. He'll come in to pitch. Slayton's game now. Somehow try to keep the Tigers in this game. They're down 6-0. So Jim Slayton comes into the game. He was 17 wins, 11 losses in 1978. 4.12 ERA. Comes in to face Rick Bassetti. Base is clear. The windup and the pitch by Slayton. Bassetti needs a 7-11 or better to reach safely. What will the dice roll bring? It's been pretty much bad luck. And that's a 3-4-7 out category to Mankiewicz. And he throws out Bassetti. Inning over. Blue Jays 6 runs on 4 hits. Nobody left on base. And after 2.5, the Blue Jays lead 6-0. Due up for the Tigers in the bottom of the third, Trammell, LaFleur, and Mankiewicz. Let's see if they can make some noise against Dave Lemanczyk. Trammell needs a 6.65 or better to reach base safely, and the Tigers desperately need base runners. Here's the pitch to Alan Trammell. That's a 4.72 out category to Hutton in right, and he makes the catch up against the right field wall, so Trammell gave it a ride. But Hutton makes the catch. 1 out. Ron LaFleur steps to the plate. LaFleur needs a 6.64 or better. The set and the delivery to LaFleur. That's a 9-1-3. That's a single into left field. So that's Detroit's second hit of the game. LaFleur is definitely a base running threat. Phil Mankiewicz steps to the plate. And we're going to see if we can get a lead with Ron LaFleur. He has a 57%, so we'll need a lower than 570. So let's roll the dice for the lead. That's a 618. It's higher than 570, so there will be no steal opportunity for LaFleur. Mankiewicz will swing away. He needs a 609 or better to reach base safely. And he strikes out for out number 2. Big swing and a miss. So with 2 outs, Rusty Staub steps to the plate. Staub needs a 5.55 or better to reach base safely. Once again, we're going to attempt to steal with Ron LaFleur. He needs below a 570 to get a good enough lead to attempt the steal. Here's the dice roll for the lead. 8-19. Can't get a good jump. He'll stay put. Staub will swing away. Let's see if Rusty can drive him in. 5.54. What's going on here? It's a wild pitch, so that's a factor. And LaFleur gets to second base on the wild pitch. So Staub, 0 for 1 today. RBI opportunity here for Rusty Staub. Once again, Lemanczyk deals to Staub. Here's the pitch. That's a 1-3-1 out category to Howell at third. Takes a bad hop off Howell's chest. He recovers and still throws Staub out. Inning over. So it's been an adventure there for Howell down at third base so far. We go to the top of the fourth, 6-0 Blue Jays. Leading off for Toronto, Al Woods, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Here's the pitch by Slayton. Needs a 7.22 or better to reach safely, Woods does. That's a 2.32 out category to Mankiewicz, and he throws him out. 1 away. Roy Howell steps to the plate, 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored for Toronto. Here's the pitch by Slayton. 6.71 or better to reach safely for Howell. 6.65 out category to the right fielder Corcoran. Deep fly ball, long run, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Very good catch by Howell. For Corcoran, robbing Howell of a double. 2 outs, Rico Carty steps to plate 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to Carty. Carty needs a 6.94 or better to reach safely. 2-8-3 out category to Whitaker at second. And Whitaker makes the play, throws over to Thompson. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Still 6-0 Blue Jays. Due up for the Tigers, Thompson, Kemp, and Corcoran. Tigers need to get to work here. Jason Thompson steps to the plate. 0 for 1. He needs a 5.34 or better to reach safely. Thompson hit 287 in 1978 and 298 off right-handed pitching. Lemanzik winds and delivers. Here's the pitch. 9-4-3, and there goes a shutout as Thompson crushes that ball to right field. It's now 6-1 on the home run. Let's see if Steve Kemp can go back-to-back jacks here. Kemp's looking for a 951 or better for back-to-back homers. 517 or better, he reaches base safely. The windup and the pitch by Lemanzik to Kemp. 2-9-3 out category to the center field, Bassetti, and he runs that ball down for out number 1. So Kemp flies out to Bassetti in center. Tim Corcoran steps to the plate. Right fielder, 1 for 1 today. Needs a 640 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch. That's an 8-3-4, and that's a single into left field. Corcoran reaches base with 1 out. Milt May steps to the plate. May needs a 641 or better. Corcoran 240 to get a lead in a 6 and under a 630 for the steal, but we're down 5 runs. So Milt May will swing away. Here's the pitch. That's an 8-7-2, and that's another single into right field. Let's see if we're going to take the extra base here. Alright, so now it's a single with a 1 base error on Hunton as May advances to Corcoran advances to third, and May goes to second on the bad throw into the infield by Hunton. So the Tigers are in business here. Lou Whitaker steps to the plate. Little bingo here. Could cut the Tigers' lead. The Blue Jays lead in half. So Whitaker really wants a number at least 676 or higher, but 559 gets him on base or higher. Here's the pitch to Whitaker. That's a 1-3-9 out category to Howell at third. Let's see if he can make the play. And that's going to be an error on Howell, a bad throw. The umpire rules a 2-base error. Corcoran scores from third. May scores from second. It's now 6-3. Toronto's committed 3 errors today as it's been an adventure at third base for Howell. Wow, 6-3. Tigers cut the lead in half. Whitaker in scoring position with 1 out for his partner in crime, shortstop Alan Trammell. Trammell needs a 6.65 or better to reach base safely. Lemanzik's not really getting help from his defense here. Here's the pitch to Trammell. That's a strikeout, 0-9-0. Big swing and a miss, 2 outs now. Leadoff batter Ron LaFleur steps to the plate, 1 for 2. Base hit will definitely score Whitaker. He'll be off on contact. LaFleur wants a 7.68 or better, but he'll settle for a 6.64 or better, which he'll reach base safely. Here's the pitch to LaFleur. Wants a high roll here. 7-7-1's a single to center field. Whitaker should be able to score on that. And it's a 99.2% chance of scoring, so we need a dice roll under 992. We're sending Whitaker. Here comes a throw. He should score. Oh my God, does he make it? Yes, just barely. 9-7-8. Wow. But he makes it 6-4 now. Blue Jays' lead is cut down to 2 runs, as Bassetti did put on a good throw to the plate, but Whitaker scores. LaFleur RBI single. So with 2 outs, LaFleur is at first base, definitely a threat to run. We need a 570 or better to get a good lead, so we'll roll the dice for that. And he steals second. So we were under 570, and then we were under his steal percentage. So LaFleur steals second. He's in scoring position for Phil Mankiewicz. Mankiewicz 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to Mankiewicz. He needs a 619 or better to reach safely, but we really want the higher number, over 700 here. That's a 714, so he's going to walk. He worked a walk here. Dave Lemancic is now really struggling here. He has not gotten a lot of help from his defense, but he's struggling. He's now faced 20 out of the 22 possible batters before he goes into the penalty, or possible penalty. And the way he's pitching, just like the way Fidrych pitched, he'll be going into the penalty. So Rusty Staub, with one swing of the bat, could put Tigers ahead. And if you're thinking about a home run roll, Staub needs a 9.51 or better. A 5.65 or better, he reaches safely. Here's the pitch to Staub. LaFleur's at second base, Mankiewicz at first. They'll be off on contact with 2 outs. That's a 4.45 out category to the right fielder. And oh my God, another error. Hutton drops the ball. LaFleur advances to third. Mankiewicz advances to second. Wow, bases are loaded. That should have been the 3rd out of the inning. Hutton drops the ball. That's the 4th error by the Toronto Blue Jays. Wow. Have they whammied their own pitcher. Lemancic deserves better than he's getting from his porous defense. Thompson steps to plate. He's 1 for 2. They've batted around now as he led off the inning with a home run. 1 for 2, a home run, an RBI, and a run scored. Let's see if he can get 2 home runs in 1 inning. That would be a 9.42 or better, and that would be a sight to see. Something historical. 5.34, he reaches base safely, and another run will score for Detroit. Here's the pitch to Thompson. That's a 5.21. Out category to Gomez at short. And he makes the play. He throws to first. Inning over. But what a shaky inning it was for Toronto. A couple of errors leads to 4 Tiger runs. And we go to the top of the 5th. Blue Jays 6. Tigers 4. Jim Slayton still out on the mound for the Tigers. They'll be facing John Mayberry, left-handed batting first baseman. 1 for 1, 1 walk, 1 run scored. Mayberry needs a 6.45 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch. That's a 2.35 out category to Mankiewicz at third. And that is an out. Mankiewicz throws to Thompson. Mayberry is gunned out. Tom Hutton, who committed a huge error but didn't cost them. It only loaded the bases. They weren't able to capitalize on it. But still, Toronto's been horribly shaky in the field. Hutton is 0 for 2 today. He hit 254 in 1978. Needs a 6.74 or better off Jim Slayton to reach base safely. 1 out. Here's the pitch. A 6.63 out category to Kemp in left field, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So with 2 outs, Dave McKay steps to the plate. Blue Jays second baseman. He's batting left-handed. He's a switch hitter against the right-handed throwing Slayton. He needs a 7.26 or better to reach safely. Here's the pitch. That's a 3.23 out category to Whitaker. Hard shot. Whitaker quickly picks it up and throws him out at first. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Blue Jays 6, Tigers 4. Due up for the Tigers. Kemp, Corcoran, and May. Steve Kemp 0 for 2. Needs a 5.17 or better. Home run number 9.51 or better. Lemancic is still in. He's at his threshold point. He's already reached his threshold point. Or this is it. He's at it. 22 out of 22 batters. Here's the pitch to Kemp. That's a double in the left field. A leadoff double for Steve Kemp. Lemancic is now over his threshold. Corcoran steps to the plate. Let's see if Tim Corcoran can take advantage of this. He's 2 for 2 with a run scored. Lefty-righty matchup here. Corcoran a lefty versus the right-handed pitching Lemancic. Corcoran needs a 640 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch. That's a 2-4-7. That's going to be a fly ball to center field in the out category. Bassetti is there. He makes the catch. Corcoran's out. Kemp stays put. Milt May comes to the plate. RBI opportunity here for the Tiger catcher. He only hit 250 in 1978. He's 1 for 2 today. Runs scored. Kemp's not really a threat to steal third base, and he's already in scoring position. He'll stay put. Here's the pitch to May. Again, needs a 6.51 or better to reach safely. That's a 7.14. He works a walk. So runners at first and second, 1 away. Lou Whitaker steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. 1 run scored. He hit 303 off right-handed pitching, 285 as a whole. Love to get a hold of one. His home run numbers go from 982 and above. 559 and above, and Whitaker will reach base safely. Lemancic sets and delivers to Whitaker. That's a 2-6-6 out category to Bassetti in center field. Will he make the catch? Yes, he does. There's 2 outs. Runners stay put. It's up to Alan Trammell. He's 0 for 2 today. Trammell needs a 6.65 or better to reach base safely. A 7.66 or better will definitely score Kemp from second base, as that will be a single. And Kemp and May will be off on contact. Here's the pitch to Trammell. That's a 7.07. He works a walk. Bases will be loaded with 2 outs. Lemancic is now 27 batters faced, so he's 5 over his limit, and he's still out on the mound. And stepping to the plate, Ron LaFleur, the leadoff hitter, who's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Great opportunity here for the Tigers to get back in this game. Base hit most likely will tie this game, though Milt May is not very speedy at second base. But there's 2 outs again, off on contact the runners will be. LaFleur needs a 6.64 or better, and a run will score for the Tigers. Here's the pitch to Ron LaFleur. That's a 6.92. That's a bases loaded walk. It's now 6-5. LaFleur gets an RBI for that walk. Let's see if they're going to pull Lemancic now, as he's 6 batters over the limit. He's still out there, and Phil Mankiewicz steps to the plate. What a sloppy game this has been. Lots of runs. The Tigers, who are down 6-0, have now pulled to within 1, as they've scored 5 runs in these past 2 innings. 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th, 1 run in, bases loaded. It's up to Mankiewicz to keep the ball rolling. He needs a 6.19 or better, and once again the Tigers will score a run. Here's the pitch to Phil Mankiewicz. And he singles into right field. This could get 2 runs in. And we're going to go for the extra base here. And we get a 2-4-5 on the dice roll. May scores from third. Trammell scores from second. LaFleur advances to second. The Tigers have come all the way back. They've scored 7 runs in 2 innings and now take the lead with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th, 7-6. Wow. LaFleur's at second. Mankiewicz is at first. A 2-out RBI double. And now, finally, the Blue Jays change their pitching to Baylor Moore, left-hander, who went 6-9 in 78, 4.93 ERA. And they'll face Rusty Staub. Staub 0 for 3 today. He hit 273 in 78 and only 262 off left-handed pitching. RBI opportunity here. Staub needs a 6.73 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch by Moore. And he does. He gets an 8.27. That's a single in the left. LaFleur should easily score from second base. LaFleur scores from second. Mankiewicz advances to second and stops. It's now 8-6 Detroit. This has been a sloppy slugfest here at Tiger Stadium. 2 outs. Mankiewicz at second, Staub at first. And the first baseman, Jason Thompson, steps to plate. He's 1 for 3. He homered, has an RBI, and a run scored. He'd love to hit another one off more. And off left-handed pitching, he hit .277. He was better against righties, but .277 is still a very respectable average here. He hit .287 for the year. He needs a 6.68 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch to Thompson. That's a 3.97 out category to the left fielder Woods. Can he make the catch? Yes, he does. Inning over. But the Tigers get 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 runners left on base, and after 5, the Tigers lead Toronto 8-6. We go to the top of the 6th. Due up for the Blue Jays, Gomez, Ashby, and Bassetti to face Jim Slayton. Slayton has faced 7 batters. He can face 29 before he reaches his threshold. Gomez is at the plate. Gomez needs a 7.23 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch to Gomez. That's a 6.49 out category to Thompson at first. Thompson smothers it, gets up, and steps on the bag for out number 1. Now up, Alan Ashby. He's 1 for 1. He's walked once, he's homered, and he has 2 RBIs with a run scored. Ashby needs a 6.75 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch by Slayton. That's an 8.17, and that's going to be a single into right field. 1 out single. Brings up Rick Bassetti. And if you're thinking home run to tie the game, Bassetti needs a 9.75 or better. And that would be a 2-run homer. Slayton doesn't want to see that, nor do the Tiger fans. Here's the pitch to Bassetti. 7.06 or better, he reaches safely. Anything under that, it's a possible out. That's a 6.44. Ashby can't get a good lead. He'll stay put. 104 for the hit dice roll. That lands in the out category. That's a fly out to Corcoran and right. There's 2 outs now. Ashby's at first. Al Woods comes to the plate. He's the tying run if he can hit a home run. His home run number, 978 or better. 712 or better, he reaches safely. Anything under 712 will be in the out category or a possible strikeout. Slayton delivers the pitch to Woods. Ashby at first. That's an 8.34, and that's a single into right field. Let's see if Ashby will try to take the extra base. Nope, they're going to hold him. So the tying run's at first base. And Roy Howell, who's had an adventure at third base defensively, steps to the plate, chance to make amends for his dreadful defense. At the plate, he is 2 for 3, though, with 1 RBI and a run scored. So there's 2 outs. Slayton's struggling here after getting the first 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Ashby at second, Woods at first. Howell needs a 6.71 or better to reach base safely. Slayton sets and delivers to Howell. That's a 0-2-1, and that's going to be a strikeout to end the inning. Slayton painted the black with that pitch. Out number 3. So the Tigers threaten but do not score. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Tigers 8, Toronto 6. Due up for the Tigers. Kemp, Corcoran, and May. 5, 6, 7. Steve Kemp's 1 for 3 today. 1 run scored. Lefty-lefty matchup here as Baylor Moore is a left-handed pitcher. Kemp needs a 6.60 or better to reach safely. Here's the pitch. It's a 5.84 out category to McKay at second. Let's see if he can make the play, and he does. So Kemp grounds out to the second baseman, 1 away. Tim Corcoran steps to the plate. Tiger right fielder, another lefty-lefty matchup here. Corcoran needs a 6.89 or better to reach safely. Here's the pitch by Moore. And that's much better. 9.94. That's a home run to right field. The Tigers extend their lead 9-6 to the thrill of the Tiger fans here. Milt May comes to the plate. Milt May 1 for 2, 1 walk, 2 runs scored. Another lefty-lefty matchup. May needs a 7.01 or better. Baylor Moore winds and delivers to Milt May. That's a 0.44 strikeout. Swing and a miss. Out number 2. So Moore rebounds after the home run with a strikeout of Milt May. 2 outs, Lou Whitaker steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3 with 1 run scored. Needs a 6.53 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch to Lou Whitaker. And it's out category, 4.88 to Mayberry at first. He fields it himself, goes to the bag, inning over. After 6. The Tigers 9, the Blue Jays 6. Due up for Toronto. Carty, Mayberry, and Hutton. Here's Rico Carty, 0 for 3. Jim Slayton still on the mound. He's only faced 12 batters out of the 29 possible. Carty needs a 6.94 or better. Here's the pitch to Rico Carty. That's a 4.27 out category to the center fielder Ron LaFleur, and he makes the catch for out number 1. 1 away, John Mayberry steps to the plate. Left-handed batter. 250 in 1978, but 276 off right-handed pitching. The windup and the pitch by Jim Slayton. Mayberry needs a 6.45 or better to reach base safely. What will the dice roll bring? It brings a double, 9.47. Mayberry doubles into right field. Corcoran's been a busy bee out in right field, as a lot of hits have gone out that way. So Mayberry's at second, 1 away. And another adventurous fielder, the right fielder, Tom Hutton, for the Blue Jays, steps to the plate. Let's see if he can make amends for his dreadful fielding out there. He's 0 for 3 today. He needs a 6.74 or better to reach safely. The windup and the pitch by Slayton. That's a 7.52. Hutton works a walk. Tying run comes to the plate and Dave McKay. McKay not much of a power threat though. He needs a 9.89 or better for a home run, and that would tie the game at 9 in this very sloppy slugfest that's being played here at Tiger Stadium. 7.26 or better, he reaches safely. Here's the pitch to McKay. Mayberry at second, Hutton at first. The dice roll. We await the result. That's a 1.50 out category to the catcher Milt May. It's a slow roller. He throws to Thompson for the out number 2. Advancing to third is Mayberry and second Hutton. So with 2 outs, runners at second and third. At the plate now for the Blue Jays, their shortstop Luis Gomez, 0 for 3 with 1 run scored. Again, if you're thinking home run to tie the game, Gomez needs a 9.86 or better to reach base safely. 7.23. Slayton has now faced 16 batters. Again, his threshold's 29. He hasn't given up a run yet, but the Blue Jays are threatening. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch to Gomez. What will a dice roll bring? 5.18 out category to Mankiewicz. Ground ball to third. Mankiewicz ranges to his left and throws to Thomas. Inning over. We go to the 7th inning stretch. So after 6.5, the Tigers 9, the Blue Jays 6. Due up for the Tigers, Trammell, LaFleur, and Mankiewicz. Baylor Moore still on the mound. He'll face the right-handed batting Alan Trammell. Trammell hit .251 off left-handed pitchers in 1978. He needs a 6.63 or better to reach base safely. Moore delivers to Trammell. 6-5-8. Out category to Gomez. He dives and makes the catch. Gomez robs Trammell of a base hit. 1 away. Ron LaFleur steps to plate 2 for 3. 1 walk, 2 RBIs, 1 run scored. LaFleur needs a 6-17 or better to reach safely. Baylor Moore winds and delivers. 2-1-6 out category to Gomez. Hard ground ball. Gomez quickly scoops it up and throws to Mayberry for out number 2. So with 2 outs, no one on, Phil Mankiewicz steps to the plate. The Tiger third baseman's 1 for 3 with a walk and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Mankiewicz. He needs a 6-7-2 or better to extend this inning. There are 2 outs. It's a 2-0-4 out category to McKay at second, and he makes the catch on the hard line drive, inning over. We go to the top of the 7th. The Tigers 9, the Blue Jays 6. Due up for the Blue Jays, Ashby, Bassetti, and Woods. Jim Slayton still looks pretty strong. He's faced 17 batters out of 29 possible. Alan Ashby 2 for 2, 1 walk, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 1 run scored. Ashby needs a 6-7-5 or better to reach base safely. The Blue Jays need base runners. You can't hit a 3-run homer if no one's on. Here's the pitch. That's a 9-4-1. Lands in the double category. It's a double to right field. A lot of balls hit out to right field in this game. So a leadoff double by Ashby. Rick Bassetti steps to the plate. He needs a 7-1-1 or better to reach safely. Here's the pitch to Bassetti by Slayton. That's a 1-1-1 out category to Trammell. Can he make the play? Ground ball, room service hot. Trammell throws to Thompson. 1 away. Ashby has to hold at second as the play was in front of him. Al Wood steps to plate. The Blue Jay left fielder 2 for 4 today, 1 run scored. 9-6 Tigers. Ashby at second. Woods needs a 7-2-2 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch. And that's a 5-3-9 out category to Trammell. Hard ground ball to shortstop. Trammell fields it and throws over to Thomas. So deja vu all over again, as Yogi Berra would say. God rest his soul. There's now 2 outs. Ashby still at second. And Roy Howell, 2 for 4 today with 1 RBI and 1 run scored. Is at the plate, you'd say, hey, Al, Red Sox fan, that's a pretty good day. At the plate it is. He's been horrendous in the field, as the Blue Jays have committed 4 errors to the Tigers' 1 error. So 5 errors have been had in this game. It's been a sloppy slugfest so far. Ashby in scoring position for Howell. Needs a 7-6-1 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch. That's a 5-3-5 out category to Mankiewicz at third. He picks it up, throws over to Thompson, inning over. So 3 ground balls after the double. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Tigers 9, Blue Jays 6. Due up for the Tigers, Staub, Thompson, and Kemp. Baylor Moore still out on the mound for the Blue Jays. Rusty Staub at the plate, 1 for 4 with an RBI. Here's the pitch to Staub. He needs a 6-7-3 or better to reach base safely. 2-4-9 out category to Hunton in right field. Deep fly ball. It's been an adventure for Hunton out there. And he makes the catch, though, on this one. So 1 out. Anything going out to Hunton in right, or anything to third base to Howell, you don't know what's going to happen, folks, with those 2 gents. Jason Thompson steps to the plate. 1 out. Thompson 1 for 4, 1 home run, 1 RBI, 1 run scored. Needs a 6-6-8 or better to reach safely. The windup and the pitch by Moore. And that's a 0-6-7. That's going to be a strikeout, a swing and a miss for out number 2. So with 2 outs, it's up to Steve Kemp to extend this inning. Kemp needs a 6-6-0 or better to reach base safely. The windup and the pitch to Kemp. 8-1-6. He gets better than that. That's a single into right field. So with 2 outs, Kemp's at first. He'll stay put. We're not even going to attempt to steal there. And Tim Corcoran comes to the plate. Corcoran's 3 for 4, a 1 home run, 1 RBI, and 2 runs scored. Actually, you know what? We're going to roll the dice here and let's see if Kemp can get a lead in an attempt to steal. He needs below a 160. 497, it's above it. He'll stay put. So Corcoran will swing for the result, and again, he needs a 6-7-9 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch by Moore. Kemp at first. That's a 6-3-9 out category to Mayberry, the first baseman. Ground ball to first. Mayberry flips it to Moore, who's covering the bag. Corcoran's out. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base. After 8, the Tigers lead Toronto 9-6. Due up for the Blue Jays. Rico Carty, then Mayberry, and then Hutton. Rico Carty 0 for 4. Jim Slayton still on the mound. Here in the top of the 9th. Here's the pitch to Carty. Carty needs a 6-9-4 or better. Slayton is in line for the win here if he can get these last 3 outs. Here's the pitch. (7-5-2). Carty works a walk. That's what the Blue Jays need, base runners, so no out. Carty's at first. Mayberry comes to the plate. John Mayberry, 2 for 3, 1 walk, 1 run scored. He needs a 6-3-5 or better. This possibly could be Jim Slayton's last batter here. Here's the pitch to Mayberry. Carty at first. That's a 200 out category to Trammell. Let's see if they can turn 2. Nope, they only get the runner at first. Carty advances to second. So 1 away. Rico Carty at second base, and Tom Hutton steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Jim Slayton now is 23 out of 29 batters faced. We're going to give him another batter with Hutton. Lefty-righty matchup here, as Hutton's a left-handed batter versus the right-handed pitching Slayton. He needs a 674 or better to reach base safely. Carty at second. Here's the pitch. That's a 6-6-6 out category to the right fielder, and he makes the running catch. Hutton's out. There's 2 outs, and it's going to be up to Dave McKay to extend this game. Carty's at second. McKay 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, 1 run scored. He needs a 7-2-6 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch by Slayton. This game could be over. Let's see what happens. That's a 1-9-3 out category to Whitaker at second. High hopper to second base. Whitaker has it, throws it to Thompson. Ball game over. The Tigers come all the way back from a 6-0 deficit to defeat the Toronto Blue Jays 9-6 in a sloppy slugfest here at Tiger Stadium. The 1978 retro replay. It was an exciting game and a sloppy game at the same time. Let's quickly go to the box score. Let's go to the pitching first. For Toronto, Lemanzik went 4 2/3, 8 hits, 8 runs, 5 earned, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. The Blue Jays just played dreadful defense behind Lemanzik. Then Moore came in and pitched the final 3 1/3 innings. 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No walks, struck out 1. He gave up a home run. So the starting pitching for both teams was awful. Then for Detroit, Mark the Bird Fidrych. This is why I picked the game, though I believe he only makes 2 starts in 78 before aggravating some injuries again, and that was pretty much the end of his career. He only pitched 2 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned, as again, Tigers didn't play a stellar defense behind Fidrych. Walked 2, struck out none, gave up a home run. Jim Slayton came in and pitched the final 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits, no runs, walked 2, struck out 1. So Slayton came in and pitched shutout ball and gave the Tigers an opportunity which they would take advantage of, and they would win this game and come all the way back from a 6-0 deficit to defeat the Toronto Blue Jays 9-6. Let's check out some offense. First for the visiting Toronto Blue Jays. Bassetti, the center fielder, 0 for 5. Woods, the left fielder, 2 for 5. 1 run scored. Howell, the third baseman, who was dreadful defensively, 2 for 5. 1 run scored. 1 RBI, struck out once. Carty, 0 for 4. Walked once. Mayberry, 2 for 4. 1 run scored. Walked once. Hutton, the right fielder, another disaster defensively, 0 for 4. Walked once. McKay, the second baseman, 2 for 5. 1 run scored. 2 RBIs. Gomez, the shortstop, 0 for 4, 1 run scored. And Ashby, the catcher, 3 for 3, 1 run scored, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, and I believe he had a home run. Yes, he did. Doubles, Woods, Howell, Mayberry, McKay, and Ashby for Toronto. Stolen base, Woods. Errors, Howell had 2. Hutton had 2 in right, Howell 2 at third. For the Detroit Tigers, Ron LaFleur, their center fielder, was 2 for 4, 1 run scored, 2 RBIs, 1 walk. Mankiewicz, their third baseman, 1 for 4, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Rusty Staub, 1 for 5, 1 RBI. Thompson, their first baseman, 1 for 5, 1 run scored, 1 RBI, struck out once. Kemp, the left fielder, 2 for 5, 1 run scored. Corcoran, the right fielder, 3 for 5, 2 runs scored, 1 RBI. Milt May, the catcher, 1 for 3, 2 runs scored. He walked once and he struck out once. Lou Whitaker at second base, 0 for 4, 1 run scored. Alan Trammell at shortstop, 0 for 3, 1 run scored, walked once, struck out once. So if I had to give a player of the game, to be honest with you, I kind of like Slayton out of the bullpen. He got the win. He went 6 1/3 shutout innings. Offensively, I like Slayton still, though, out of the bullpen. I'm going to give player of the game to Slayton. He came out of the bullpen. He pitched 6 1/3 innings, shutout ball. He gave the Tigers an opportunity to come back and win, and that's just what they did. They won 9-6. So this is Al, Red Sox fan, saying thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you like, hit the like button, share, subscribe, but most of all, come back. And if you missed the live show, just leave some comments below about what you like best about baseball and some of your favorite baseball memories. I chose this game because as I was a child, I remember Mark the Bird Fidrych, the bird who I loved. One of the few Red Sox players when I was a kid, non-Red Sox players, that I would root for. And I remember when he signed with the Red Sox for minor league contract, when it was all done, basically, I was all excited, thinking the Red Sox are going to win the World Series. We have the bird. I believe that was in 81. Sadly, he passed away. Household accident. God rest his soul. So, anyway, hope all is well, health and happiness. Till next time, take care, bye-bye, and God bless.